CA13 is the Regional Analysis of Impediments to Fair Housing 2015, prepared by Southern Nevada Strong. The recommendation is to adopt.
Mayor and Council, approval of this item will result in accepting the Regional Analysis of Impediments, otherwise known as the RAI. This was developed as part of the Southern Nevada Strong project, and therefore the region was able to take advantage of the grant to develop that. This is the first regional analysis that's been done in the Valley, which means that all of the local jurisdictions who receive CDBG and home funds participated, because one of the requirements in receiving those funds to be reinvested in your community is that you are affirmatively furthering fair housing choice in your community. We propose that this be accepted as our guiding document for the next 5 years. This plan was approved by the Southern Nevada Regional Planning Coalition on March 24th, 2015. A few of the highlights that you'll see in the future in terms of guiding information is that we look at how we address people with disabilities, and that is something that was noted that we should research and make necessary changes to our development code for community residences for people with disabilities who are a protected class. So that's one of the highlights of things that we would take a look at should this be accepted tonight.
Thank you. So this has been requested to be pulled for discussion by Crystal Henderson.
One of the things I noticed when I was looking at this document was lots of references to race. And I come from a post-racist generation. I'm colorblind. But governments across America today are obsessed with race. It seems like twice a week or more, I am asked to answer on a survey or some sort of paperwork what color I am. And I generally refuse to answer. Who knows what that information is going to be used for, or what spin will be given to that information. On August 28th, 1963, Martin Luther King Jr. gave his famous speech at the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., where he said, "I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character." I have heard of bushels per acre or housing density per acre, but the supporting documentation for this agenda item, we are actually mapping people based on blacks per acre or Hispanics per acre. It's insulting to all people that such maps govern public policymaking. This agenda item concludes that since there's a higher concentration of white people with higher annual incomes in our city in relation to other areas of the Valley, we need to bring poor, colored people who are dependent on government aid to our community to increase diversity. Our city is unique to many other large cities, though. The Valley has a very transient nature. People generally first move to Las Vegas, live in the urban communities close to their jobs. After time, if they survive the heat, find a stable job, and prosper, they look around the Valley to see, and they see Henderson, a safe community to settle down, raise a family, or retire in, while living remarkably close to one of the hottest tourist destinations in the country. This natural cycle contributes to the relatively stable, low-crime environment that we all enjoy. Through this legislation and other ideals promoted in Southern Nevada Strong, we are intentionally targeting unstable groups of people to move to our community, while admittedly understanding that the implications will drag our community down. Where social engineering begins, that's where government goes astray. Voting in favor of this agenda item acknowledges that you want our statistics here to fit a preconceived notion of what diversity looks like. And you intend to do it by dangling the carrot of institutionalized dependency in front of poor colored people. As far as I know, we don't see the Black, Hispanic, or Asian parts of Las Vegas asking themselves, how can we bring more poor white people into our neighborhood? There are limits to what government can accomplish. Government's role is to protect us, not do something for us that we should be doing for ourselves. Discussing the color of a person's skin in relation to their income and housing in today's free society is counterproductive. Thank you.
Thank you. I have no other cards. Anybody else? Seeing none, then I'll move to accept the Regional Analysis of Impediments to Fair Housing 2015. If there's no further discussion, cast your votes on that motion and post. And that motion passes.